damn it, I won't this thing stay up? Fuck. Just gotta get it in the right spot. I wouldn't have had to do all this if it wasn't for... High school is definitely a better time. It's our last chance to really enjoy ourselves as kids, even though it's also a transitional phase where... Fuck this goddamn piece. A transitional phase where we also have to get ready to get into the working world. Get our license, maybe a part-time job to save some money, plan on what to do next, college. It's our last chance to be kids, but it's also a chance of preparation and transition. A lot of people can enjoy for things like homecoming, prom, and maybe even meeting new people, and it's also an experimental phase where people can experiment new lifestyles and whatnot, me specifically. In 9th grade, I wanted to experiment a bit with my look, and what I did. I usually keep to myself, but I always love to write and doodle and maybe paint when I'm at home. I tried music at one point, but I have no rhythm in my body. Guess there's some things you just can't do. I dressed myself in all black because I felt like that was the color that fit me the most. Many people said it was emo, goth, call me whatever you want. I know some people are iffy with the whole label thing, but you know what? I don't care. 9th grade, I became more of a target because of that. So, these 6 students, who were seen as the cool kids, you know, where everyone's like all hip and whatever, following certain trends, the hashtags, Instagrams, and MTVs and whatnot, things that often influence these kind of, I don't mean to be rude, but I call them phases, because usually you don't do all these things for the rest of your life. They usually found me as an easy target, mainly because of the way I dressed. You know what? I ignored it. Because if they're gonna go after me simply because of the way I dress, well, they're not really worth it in the first place. So, I just ignored it. I did what I did, I wrote some more, I did whatever crazy thing. I could tell they were getting annoyed by this, because every time they'd say something, I'd brush it off. And every time they'd come up, they'd give me even more of a glare. At one point, I was even getting worried, but because it seemed like that's all they were doing. It wasn't really gonna do any harm if they're just gonna come up to my face and call me a faggot, or loser, or I have no life, or something. So I just brushed it off. In 12th grade, things changed. I was gonna go ahead for a grace period, because I was gonna become 21 in May, and for many people, and in many areas, maybe not in every state in the country, or maybe not everywhere in the world, but at least where I live, once you become 21, you're unable to be in school anymore. So I was either past that year, which my grades are pretty good, so I had no worries about that. So I was fine. The other suggestion would be get my GED, which wouldn't be a big deal either, but I'd rather graduate from high school, because that's more what I wanted to do. Then it became more than just those 6 kids. The 3 boys and 3 girls. The boys who often wear, like, the baseball caps turned backwards, or have the buzz cuts, and often wear the baggy jeans that I just pray to God that they pull up, and have the t-shirts with so many phrases of whatnot, and drugs and alcohol, whatever, and the girls that often have really tan skin, bleached blonde hair, and really tight and small clothing, which you question, would it be any different if they're wearing a bikini? You know what, I didn't really judge them. Okay, yeah, I did think of a few things, but honestly, I didn't come up and judge them on the way they lived their life, because that's their right. They're able to do whatever they want with their lives. Even if they didn't respect mine, that doesn't make me any better judging them. But it wasn't just them giving me the glares. Now it was a lot more people, even the students and the faculty. I was getting more physically assaulted, and the students and faculty were screaming in my face for whatever reason. Sometimes a teacher would bring me out of class, say I did something wrong, even if I have no memory of it, and start screaming in my face, giving me detention. I became the punching bag of the entire school. Which didn't bother me because it was my last year. Yeah, I probably should have done something, but the principal was the father of one of those 6 students, one of the girls specifically. So it would have been pointless. Unless he was actually responsible, which I'm not sure because nothing has changed the past 4 years. So I just decided not to do anything and just go through the last month of high school. What happened was, I was into the principal's office one day, and he said that there were charges pressed against me. Apparently, I was stalking people, I had sexually assaulted them and raped them. I denied it and asked for the proof, and as principal, he denied it. He denied any proof. So I did see something up. Eventually went to court, but there was no evidence. However, they still believed them because, oh, who are you going to believe? A single student dressed in all black or the principal? Honestly, it's unfair in my opinion, but they believed him instead. More than likely, those 6 students. Yeah, because I found out that the 3 girls in that group were all the ones saying I was stalking them and I raped them. Yep. 3 girls, 1 guy. You're not going to win in that case. No matter what. Unless you have proof, which I didn't because they didn't even show me any proof that they were the ones that lied. But, to be honest, they didn't have any proof. That was the only sense of proof that I may have had, that they had no proof. But that's not going to help me in my case, and it didn't. I was expelled from school with a restraining order saying I can't be within 500 feet of the school. They basically fucked me. Now I could go get my GED, right? Oh, yes. But I had dreams. Dreams of going to college, maybe becoming a director, game producer, artist, anything like that. But do you think a producer is just going to hire you as a director when you have a sexual assault charge on you? That's a plain-out lie. Do you think an animation studio like Disney, DreamWorks, or Cartoon Network is going to hire you when you have a stalking charge on you? No. Even if it's a lie. Do you think video game companies like Capcom, or Yacht Club Games, or Nintendo is going to hire you with rape charges that weren't even true? No. Unless they knew it weren't true. And even then, it'd be a bit iffy. So, I was extremely fucking upset. Envious of all the students that got to graduate, and I just sat there, wondering what to do next with my life. Then after graduation, something amazing happened. Something just... I can't even describe it. Someone, prior to graduation, got all the footage that was in the security cameras, chopped them up into different pieces, only of the footage of the students and faculty screaming in my face and bullying me and physically assaulting me were leaked onto the internet. They also attached it to some blog of what happened to me and how they believe it's bullshit. And they even got, it may not be visual, but it was audible evidence of the girls basically saying that they lied. What happened was, apparently they were talking to their friends, this person came up, and I guess maybe they turned on their phone or something and recording them as they were playing, and like, leading them to a trap to say, or to admit, what they did was a lie. All that was posted onto the internet. What happened was, the school did not just become the main enemy of that town, state, but it became the main enemy of the United States. It was just amazing. Now you think, the principal and other people like that would just get fired, or suspended or something like that if they were students. But they decided to go all out. The entire district was shut down. I'm not even kidding. The only problem was, and I appreciate what this person did, whoever they may be, because even I don't know, but I know they did it prior to graduation just so they could graduate. And those 6 students graduated as well. I appreciate what they did, but still, I feel like they shouldn't have even graduated. But you can't just take away someone's diploma. I don't live in that kind of world, and even then it'd be wrong. So, I still feel like there was something needed to be done. And no one will believe me on this, even if I told anyone. Because if I did, I'd sound like a psychopath. Went down to the junkyard, got some pieces, and I'm getting ready to give my dish of revenge. Revenge is a dish served cold, so cold that your tongue will be stuck to the metal of revenge.